Hi guys, and welcome back. Today we'll be doing an export for What If Piccolo trained with Goku, and I'm looking forward to doing this, so let's get going. First off though, thank you for the support the last video got, I really appreciate it, and I'm happy to see people like this What If, as I love this idea. So yeah, anyway, let's get going. Last time we saw the changes in this timeline, with Goku requesting for Piccolo to join him in the other world, this leading to them training at King Kai's, now causing Piccolo to learn the kaioken. However, he did miss out on the Spirit Bomb thanks to him not having a fully pure heart. However, now the pair of Goku and Piccolo have to run Snake Way in hopes to make it in time to save the humans from the Saiyan attack that's happening. Let's join our story now. Out in the wastelands, the humans face down both Vegeta and Nappa, the Saiyans mostly being unimpressed with the sight in front of them. Vegeta, like normal, asks for Kakarot. Krillin says how he and Piccolo are on their way, and they're a lot stronger than they were when they killed Raditz. Vegeta is interested in hearing how it took two people to kill Raditz, but he assumes the other fighter is human and probably didn't contribute too much to the fight against Raditz. With Vegeta saying how he can't be bothered to wait for ages, he tells Nappa to send out the Cybermen and deal with this Earthling bunch. Nappa does so, and much like normal, Yamcha turns his attention towards the alien creature and gets ready to fight. Now, like normal, Yamcha's fight is very close. However, here, in this timeline, Yamcha is just a bit stronger. So, with the upcoming explosion from the Cybermen happening, it doesn't kill him. It leaves him at death's door as Yamcha clings to life. With him being burned and beaten badly, he falls to the floor, leading to Krillin, like normal, raging out a bit, killing the rest of the Cybermen. One Cyberman does survive, jumps out to try and finish off Yamcha. However, thanks to Tien acting fast, the Cyberman is put down very easily. At this point, it reveals to Vegeta and Nappa that the Earthlings can suppress their energy. Vegeta manages to get a good read on everyone's power. He sees that Krillin and Tien have a power level of 1900, Yamcha a power level of 1600, and Chaozu having a power level of 991. With Vegeta seeing this, he doesn't smash his scouter, but he tells Nappa that not to trust it. They could possibly be hiding more, but it's very unlikely. And at this point, the Earthlings are a bit more interesting than first expected. With Vegeta telling the Big Saiyan to have fun, Nappa laughs as he takes off his scouter and rushes towards the other Earthlings. Tien and Krillin jump into the battle straight away, while Chaozu provides some support from the back. However, as soon as the clash happens, it's clear Nappa is far too strong for this group, with Krillin getting hit hard by an attack from Nappa, sending the bold Earthling flying. Tien tries his best to land a blow on Nappa, however the brunt is too much for him, with Nappa easily taking a hit from the Triclops as he then begins to beat into Tien. Chaozu seeing this fires off a Dodon Ray, which hits Nappa straight in the face. However, Nappa doesn't even flinch, as he turns his attention towards Chaozu, laughing as he throws Tien to the side and gets ready to rush towards Chaozu, when he feels something which makes him laugh, as he then turns around to see Yamcha, hardly standing, weakly grabbing Nappa's tail. The once desert bandit smiles slightly, but soon sees Nappa laugh. The smile on Yamcha's face drops. Nappa shouts out how he and Vegeta got over this weakness years ago, and hearing this, everyone is worried. This was their best hope for taking them down, and this breaks their hope. With the other three fighters rushing towards Nappa, trying to save their friend who has risked it all to try and get them an opening. However, Nappa begins to lift his arm, and is about to attack Yamcha. With the once bandit gulping, soon a massive hammer arm hits Yamcha directly on the skull, killing him there and then. The others seeing this let out a scream for their friend, with Krillin managing to land a hit on the back of Nappa's head, which actually staggers the brunt forward a bit. With Tien then appearing in front of Nappa, he kicks him in the jaw, sending him sky high. Both Tien and Krillin in rage fire off their strongest blast, with Krillin shooting off a Kamehameha, and for Tien a Dodon Ray, not wanting to risk a tri-beam when they're a fighter down. Both attacks hit, causing a massive explosion. Two wait a few seconds, getting ready to fight, being able to feel that Nappa's power is still there. With the smoke soon clearing, they can see that the Saiyan is mostly unharmed. His armour is partially destroyed and he's bruised up a bit, but it's nothing overall. Tien and Krillin get ready to fight once again. With Tien realising that Chaozu is gone, Tien searches for him, when, like normal, he gets a telepathic message by Chaozu, who, like normal, kills himself in an attempt to kill Nappa. This leads to Tien's rage like normal. However, a slightly stronger Kikoho does a bit of damage and actually knocks Nappa back a bit. Now with both Yamcha and Chaozu down, the pair of both Tien and Krillin aren't feeling confident. They are still willing to fight however, and both pray for the arrival of Goku and even Piccolo. Battle continues for a while and it's a uphill battle for the Earthlings. They aren't making any ground, and slowly Nappa is destroying them. The fight continues for a little bit and soon the pair are knocked flying away from Nappa. As they catch themselves, they see Nappa fires off a massive blast towards the pair. Both Tien and Krillin brace for impact when they are suddenly tackled out of the way. With their eyes having been closed, expecting to have taken the attack, they open them to see a small figure standing over them. It reminds them of Goku slightly from when he was a kid. However, Krillin figures out it's Gohan, with the small fighter saying how he sensed what was happening and wanted to help, but they can see he's visibly shaking in fear. Krillin scolds his student, but tells the boy that he saved their lives, and they can't thank him enough. This gets a smile out of the boy, but soon their attention is back on Nappa, who is laughing at the fact that they were just saved by a child. Gohan is clearly nervous, and Krillin and Tien are on the back foot. They tell the boy that if he doesn't want to fight he can leave, and they won't hold it against him. But Gohan stands his ground, which in tow makes Krillin proud and very relieved that they have another fighter. Krillin says how his student should stay back and wait for an opening to fire his strongest attack. Gohan nods, but can tell Krillin and Tien won't make it much longer, so he understands that he has only got one shot. As both Krillin and Tien charge towards Nappa, who rushes towards them as well. The three clash. While Vegeta gets a good read on Gohan's power, the boy, not seeing any point in being suppressed, has his power at his max. Seeing that the boy's power is 2200, he is somewhat impressed, and realizes that this might be the hybrid Saiyan Raditz was talking about. However, he watches as the battle continues, with the battle going on for only a few seconds before Nappa is in control once again. Soon Nappa has hold of Tien's skull and is starting to crush down on the Triclops' head, but Krillin wanted something like this, a good opening. Krillin appears in front of Tien and shouts out Solar Flare. This blinds Nappa, causing him to wince in pain, trying to rub his eyes, trying to get his vision back, causing him to drop Tien. Both fighters move out of the way, shouting out for Gohan to do it. The boy puts his hands up in the air and begins to form a disc before throwing out an attack shaped like a disc, with a shout of Destructo Disc. The attack begins to cut through the air and fly towards Nappa, whose vision is slowly coming back. However, a shout from Vegeta telling him to dodge causes Nappa to be not sure which way to go. Nappa makes a decision and makes a jump to the right, with him getting his sight back just in time to see an attack slice right through his arm, taking it completely off. Nappa screams out as he holds his arm, or what's left of it. With Krillin, Gohan and Tien happy to see the outcome, however, Nappa is enraged as he locks eyes with the boy. As he rockets off towards Gohan, Krillin, seeing this, tries to catch up, rushing off towards the kid as well. With Nappa being faster, he lands a massive attack on Gohan, and then begins to beat into the boy brutally. Gohan tries his best to dodge and block, but is easily getting overpowered by an enraged Nappa. Missing an arm has give Gohan somewhat of an advantage, as he's able to dodge every other hit. Nappa's still trying to throw the arm he's missing, out of habit. Soon though, Nappa has the boy in a position where he can kill him, and with one massive boot stomp, he goes to crush Gohan's skull, which is when Krillin pushes Gohan out of the way, and takes the attack for the boy. Krillin shares a smile as he bone-crushing crunch snaps through the air. Krillin being killed, Gohan, like in canon, screams out in rage as he begins to power up his strongest attack. Unlike canon though, he doesn't know the Masenko, so this is a Kamehameha. His power is still not enough to do any damage like canon, but he at least did something. With Gohan starting to cry while Tien gets up to fight once again, but is hardly able to stand, which is when two powers appear in front of the group. Gohan looks to see his father and Piccolo. In this timeline, they make it a lot faster than canon, thanks to them being stronger. Yes, I know everyone is dead, but things happened a lot faster than in canon. Now, Goku searches around the battlefield and sees the damage. Piccolo walks over to Tien and Gohan, giving the pair a senzu bean. Tien at first is hesitant to take the senzu bean off Piccolo, but Gohan doesn't even question it, and when he's fully healed from it, Tien takes the senzu bean as well. Goku finally understands what happened as he looks around to see his best friend killed. He's enraged, with Goku then staring daggers at Nappa, with Piccolo then saying as he turns towards the other fighters, "You two, get away from here. This is a battle far out of your league." He then turns over to look towards Goku. "You deal with the big one. He seems to be the one that's pissed you off. Leave the little guy to me." Tien's warrior pride is hurt, but he can sense that Goku and Piccolo are hiding something truly amazing. So he tells Gohan to follow him. Gohan shouts out for his father, and Goku looks back to his son. There's a look of rage in his eyes, but he gives his son a smile and a thumbs up. This helps calm Gohan, who shouts out for his dad to win. Goku nods his head before turning his attention back towards the fight, with Goku getting ready to go as the others fly away. Goku and Piccolo turn to one another and then towards the Saiyans, as Goku says, "Hey, I just realized something, Piccolo. You took the fun fight." Piccolo laughs, responding, "You should call for your fight instead of worrying about the weaklings." Goku's annoyed but can tell Piccolo doesn't mean this. Goku says he knows he doesn't mean that, but fine, he'll have to deal with the big guy. Both Vegeta and Nappa are annoyed that they are talking so casually about defeating them, with Vegeta saying how he only cares to fight Kakarot, which causes Piccolo to say that he will make more than enough of a good fight. Vegeta, interested, started reading their power. With the pair currently being suppressed, they are much weaker than the Earthlings on Scour, which is when Vegeta tells the two to take it seriously. The pair realise that Vegeta's caught on and can tell that they're hiding something, and decide to go all out, with their power increasing massively. Even Gohan and Tien's attention is caught by this, as Vegeta begins to call out numbers: 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, with Piccolo's power capping at 7,600. However, Goku's keeps increasing far past that, and soon reaches a power level of 11,000. With Vegeta shocked and Nappa nervous as he knows he has to fight Kakarot, Piccolo tells Goku to finish his fights fast so he can watch him defeat the Prince. Goku agrees as he rushes off towards Nappa. With Nappa going to fight back, Goku appears above Nappa, behind Nappa, below Nappa, and then in front. Nappa, confused, soon gets hit easily with a huge uppercut, sending Nappa flying high into the sky. Nappa manages to stop himself in the air and then looks down towards the ground, not being able to see Kakarot. He then feels a tap on his shoulder, turning around to see Goku, who then kicks him straight into the ground. With this happening, he's hammered straight into the ground. Goku fires off one energy blast, which leaves Nappa defenseless. He's now unable to fight, and thanks to blood loss, he's slowly dying. However, like normal, Vegeta kills him. Goku is annoyed at Vegeta for doing this. However, Piccolo steps in, saying how it's probably for the best. He then says that he and Vegeta will start their fight now. Vegeta is confident that he can win this fight against Piccolo, as the two fly off towards a nearby wasteland, as he gets ready to fight with the Namekian. The pair both take a stance, as Goku sits down and watches from the side. When the battle begins, Piccolo's aura turns red, and then appears in front of Vegeta, announcing Kaioken times 3. Vegeta's confused by this, and then gets hit straight in the face by a right hook from Piccolo. This sends him flying away as the battle begins to go a lot like Goku's battle against Vegeta from canon. Goku watches completely from the side, not intercepting the fight. Eventually the beam struggle comes around, but here's something that happens differently. Piccolo's moveset is what's different. Piccolo, as he gets ready to beam clash with Vegeta, and Goku's getting ready to come in and help, soon takes the stance of the special beam cannon. When the attacks are fired, they collide for a few seconds. However, it's soon clear that Vegeta's power is far too much, and at first, Vegeta holds the advantage, starting to make progress towards the ground. However, a shout of Kaioken times 5 is heard as Vegeta panics and Piccolo's body bulks up massively, and the beam cuts straight through the Gallic gun, soon making contact with Vegeta's body and piercing through it. Vegeta's body then starts to fall towards the ground, eventually making contact with it. Vegeta lays motionless, eyes white, and having been killed by Piccolo. Piccolo, seeing this, falls to the ground, having been beat up a lot and used a lot of energy, plus the kaioken was very taxing. He's still trying to get used to it. Goku heads over to Piccolo as he picks up his friend, saying, "Hey, I don't think you needed to kill him. A defeat at your hands would have been more than enough to at least humble him out. Plus, I never got to fight him." Piccolo looks at Goku, saying, "Doesn't matter how old you are, you're still naive. What if he came back after getting one of those Zenkai things King Kai told us about? Or what if someone stronger than him was to come back? It's our best interest that he dies. It will be the best bet for Earth. So don't be childish." Goku's bummed out but does understand what he's saying. And does say to Piccolo, "I know, but I gave you a second chance, and you turned out good. You probably deserve one as well." Piccolo sighs, saying, "Not everyone's willing to change, Goku." Goku groans, but agrees as he starts to head towards Gohan and Tien's power. Everyone's put in Wukong Hospital, other than Goku, as he's mostly fine. Soon the group realise, though, that there is no way to bring back Chaozu or Krillin. However, with Piccolo knowing of his Namekian heritage and having spent a lot of time learning a lot about it with King Kai, this is also why Goku knew about Zenkai's. King Kai would have told him about it when Piccolo started prying a lot about Namekians. They soon realise that there is a planet full of Namekians with Dragon Balls, so the group should head there and, wish them back on that planet. The group hearing this start preparations for the trip. With the ship starting to get made, it's a slight bit faster thanks to the fact that Vegeta and Nappa's and Goku's from when he was a kid ship are all being used. With the team being Goku, Bulma, Tien, Piccolo, and Gohan. Gohan going to try and revive his master, Krillin, and help avenge everyone who died. So, after an argument with his mother, he is allowed to go, thanks to some help from Goku. Eventually, Chi-Chi would fold. Now, thanks to Piccolo's Namekian heritage, he heals faster than everyone else. So, once he's healed up, he and Goku get back to training. They both want to increase the kaioken output they can do, with them even wanting to find a way to train in higher gravity than they can, leading to them asking Bulma for a gravity machine, and try to get her to put one in the ship. Bulma says she can't do that in the current ship they're using, the Namekian one. However, there is a chance that she could maybe use the Capsule Corp ship, but of course it will take her a bit longer to do. Goku and Piccolo think it over, and decide that maybe using the Capsule Corp chip might be best. It will delay their trip by a while, but it means that they get a bit more time to prepare for this trip. Plus, with some warning from King Kai, they do know that there's actually a monster out there stronger than Vegeta and Nappa, so being ready to deal with them with a few more months of training might not hurt. Bulma's okay with this and starts working on the Capsule Corp ship a bit more, using some of the Namekian technology, the Saiyan technology, and Earth technology to work on the Capsule Corp ship. And with Bulma's father and Bulma working on it, it actually doesn't take too long to do. So, to save us all a headache, it manages to be done about 6 days before Canon, Gohan, Krillin, and Bulma all arrived on Namek, meaning that after they've taken the trip and arrived on the planet, they will have arrived at the same time, just to save everyone a headache. Now, with this done, they all board the ship. However, Bulma explains how she won't be going. If they plan on using the gravity machine at really high levels, she is just going to slow them down, and she doesn't want to be responsible for that. So she explains how to use the machine to both Gohan and Goku. Gohan's there just because he is more likely to remember it, and he found it really interesting. And with that, the group head off to space. They begin their training almost immediately, with them starting to train at 10 times Earth's gravity, with Tien and Gohan getting accustomed to it quite fast. It only really takes them until the end of the first day, which is shocking to Piccolo and Goku because it took them ages. But they do realise that they are actually stronger than when they had actually arrived at King Kai, so that could have something to do with it. Gohan adapts to it a lot faster than Tien does thanks to his Saiyan heritage. And the next day they manage to bump it up to 20. And by the end of the day they're even tempted to jump up to 30. However, halfway through their training on their third day, they get a message off King Kai, well, Goku and Piccolo do, which is weird to Tien and Gohan as they watch the pair talk to someone they can't even see. King Kai calls them, saying how he has only just realised where they're going and who is waiting there. He goes on to explain that the monster known as Frieza is residing on planet Namek currently, looking for the Dragon Balls, much like they are. And if they plan on making a wish on them, they need to get there fast. But he tells them to avoid a fight with Frieza at all cost. He is stronger than anything they have ever faced and anything they can ever imagine. He's the person who ruled over Vegeta and also the destroyer of hundreds of planets. Goku and Piccolo, hearing this, are interested. Of course, their battle nature does flare up, and their interest in fighting does sort of catch King Kai off guard, but he makes sure to hammer it into their heads that they should not fight Frieza under any circumstances other than an absolute last resort. Goku and Piccolo are shocked to hear King Kai this scared, but they agreed to the deal, telling King Kai that they will avoid fighting Frieza to the best of their ability, with King Kai telling them to be safe and to maybe reconsider even heading to Namek, but that wasn't an option for them. King Kai understood that from the get-go and lets them go on. King Kai does give them one bit of information. He shares that this Frieza is roughly around 30 times stronger than Vegeta ever was. Hearing this freaks Piccolo and Goku out, but it gives them an idea of how strong they need to be if they needed to fight him. And with King Kai bidding his farewell and good luck to them, the pair get to thinking. With them even dropping down to meditate, this is something Goku has picked up off Piccolo. Having seen how beneficial it can be to clear his head, the two start coming up with a plan, talking to each other telepathically. This freaks Tien and Gohan out, who just sort of watch from the side. Eventually, Goku and Piccolo do come up with a plan though, as they share everything they have learned to Gohan and Tien. Of course, Gohan and Tien are rightfully freaked out, but Piccolo shares how they have a plan. He goes on to explain that if they were to start bumping up their gravity a lot faster, doubling it now to a 40 times, they all should be at least stronger than Vegeta by the time they arrive on planet Namek. And even though there is only 4 of them, with Goku and Piccolo's kaioken, they should be able to even out the odds a lot. But they wanted to double check with these two. They will not push it any further than a 40 times, knowing that it will damage both Gohan and Tien. Of course, Piccolo didn't care too much, but Goku insisted that they have to make sure that those two stay alright. And even deep down, Piccolo didn't want these two to get hurt. He doesn't have much relation with them, but he does find Gohan quite interesting to be around, and is interested in the boy's potential. With this being said, they get to training in 40 times Earth's gravity. It takes Tien a while to adjust to it, but Gohan soon adapts and gets to training. It takes Tien the better part of the day, but he gets there. After spending their next 2 days training, on the 6th day they rest up and take some time to get ready for the upcoming fight. With them arriving on planet Namek a lot stronger than they were on Earth, this is where I'm leaving this part. It's gone on a bit longer than I thought, and I actually changed the script around quite a bit on my way through it, so I hope people enjoy. With that being said though, I hope everyone has a good day and a good night, and I'm so happy that this What If is popular because, I like this What If and I'm looking forward to doing more of it. I know I haven't touched my Marvel What If since the redo. That's because I am currently binge watching all of them, every film. Uh, so yeah, I'm just going through all of them and writing out a better generalized story structure as we talk. So yeah, that should hopefully after a while I should bring them all out in one big succession, but I don't know right now. Alongside that, I haven't touched Goten from Goten being born first even. Um, yeah, I don't know if I'm trying to find a script I like for it. Yeah. Along that, I haven't touched the Kaba or the Raditz killed Gohan What If in a while, but yeah, they aren't the most popular, so they probably won't be touched again. And if I do, it would literally just be me finishing them off quickly. But with that said, I hope everyone enjoyed today. This part was really fun for me to write, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes in the future. Anyway, I hope you all have a good day or a good night, and I'll see you next time.